this is pretty like simple question, but what are some of the bands that you guys are kind of influenced by that made your sound?
I think it would be a lot different for a lot of us. I think for me and Jacob, we are very into surf rock. Like we really enjoy the Growlers and
Buttertones, for sure.
Buttertones.
Yeah, totally.
Also, you can't go wrong with classic Backseat. We love the Backseat Lovers. Strokes as well. I think Cooper has some other opinions on that one.
Yeah, I started out, like what really inspired me to make indie music was the Backseat Lovers and Peach Pit.
Yeah.
And so I kind of went through their whole discography, and that was cool. And then recently it's been the Strokes. I would love to make music like the Strokes.
I'm kind of similar with Coop that I wasn't really huge on indie until recently, until kind of meeting Jack and Jacob and Coop. I grew up playing like 70s, 80s rock on the drums, and then I heard Backseat after I moved over to Salt Lake City, and I kind of fell in love with them, and so a lot of my sound is kind of like inspired by, that drumming style, and yeah.
Yeah, totally. Okay, I had a question about I think the song's called Colonel. You mentioned that you spent some time in a military school?
Yeah, no, yeah. My junior year of high school, I was a bad boy per se. I got in a little bit of trouble. So my parents were like, "Oh, we're not dealing with this." So they sent me to a small military school in the middle of Missouri. It was a farm town in Missouri. It was an all boys school. All boys school, probably 200 kids. I had a shaved head. Didn't get called by my first name. I woke up every morning at 6 a.m. ran, marched, so I know all like the drill commands. Shout out Sean Springer. He was my buddy in military school. He got me in there. He got me through it. It was called Missouri Military Academy in Mexico, Missouri, and I spent the entirety of my junior year there. And it was a nightmare, to say the least.
I believe it. So I feel like a lot of your guys' songs kind of come from like real life situations, if not like your own other people's. Like I kind of saw. Like, what kind of inspired that kind of songwriting, and how does that help you to craft songs?
That's a really good question. I think it just makes it a little easier because real life. Anyone could write a song about a good old love song and classic stuff like that. But with songwriting, when I'm writing lyrics, I try to kind of push it more into real life situations, like kind of more niche situations that could be kind of relatable to. Like for example, your girlfriend's parents not liking you. I guess military school isn't so relatable to most people out there. But yeah, I just try to challenge myself to write lyrics about, real life situations. Yeah.
No, I love that. I feel like a great thing that makes like songs great is taking something and like looking at it from a different angle. And you guys do that in a really cool way. So
thank you so much.
Hats off to that. Oh yeah, how did you guys all meet? Like, tell us a little bit of background about that.
Yeah, so you want to take this one or?
So me and David, right when we got to the University of Utah, we were all Russian fraternities. We're like, oh, we gotta get out and get some partying in. We're in college now, right? That's what you do. So we were at some frat rush events.
We basically just met through the frat.
Through the frat, we jammed in the...
Yeah, we were jamming in the frat basement for probably like a year. It was just me and Jack. We had a different lead guitar. We had a different bass player. And it was kind of a mess. It was interesting. This drum set right here actually took a beating. I mean, you can imagine, sitting in a frat basement for a year. We'll do to a set. I'm not totally sure how you and Jacob met.
Yeah, we met through like a mutual friend actually that I met like orientation for school, and then we just started like jamming. I would bring my stuff over to the frat house. We'd jam in the frat house basement, and then that's when I met David as well. And
then I met Coop. So we both worked at In-N-Out for a while.
Cute story.
Like one day. Like I knew David was a drummer because we'd obviously talked while he did dishes and whatnot.
Yeah,
and
lots of dishes.
And he texts me or he like did you tell me at work or did you just text me?
I think I texted you.
So he texts me on Instagram and he goes, we need a bassist so bad for the show on September 25th. Like, here's the song list. You can do it if you want. We'd love it. And I was like, okay, that's fun. I'll learn 5 covers or whatever.
Well, and it was more like 7 days before the show. And we gave you 5 songs to learn, and then maybe 2 days before that gig, we added I don't even know how many more songs.
7 or 8.
Seven or
Right,
eight
like
more songs
14.
2 days before we played. And he had to learn everything just last minute. So.
But I learned it, and I didn't know. I had never met any of these guys, so I had no clue how good they were, like whether they were cool. And I show up to practice 11 a.m. and we meet, we set up, and we started grave digging by the Buttertones. First try, no like talking, and we nailed it first take. And so it was like, okay, I like these guys.
That's beautiful, man. I feel like every musician probably has a similar experience of like cramming. I know myself. Literally last week, I had to learn 13 songs for a set.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good stuff, man. Okay, yeah. Any upcoming things we should know about? Shows, releases? What are you guys up to these days?
Yeah, we're releasing a new single. We played it today. It was actually the first song that we played today for this wonderful setup for Rugs Unplugged. It's called Why Is It Light Out, and we're releasing it on April 26, 2024. Yeah, and then we're also going on, we're playing a bunch of shows in Kilby. We're playing a bunch of shows in Salt Lake City. We're playing Kilby on the 29th. We're opening for Israel's Arcade. And then we're playing a little house show here in Salt Lake City at my house, me and Jacob's house, in our backyard with our good friends Wilbur and our good friends Becker. And then we're also heading out to LA or Orange County, SoCal area, late May to play a few little shows out there to get a little mini tour. Playing the Viper Room in LA on the 24th. Playing hopefully somewhere in Isla Vista on the 25th. Playing Huntington Beach on the 26th. And then we're playing Glendora, G-Town.
My house.
His house. Don't think it's anything that cool. We're literally playing like our friends' houses. So it's not like we like to call it a tour, but it's mostly just like, we're
Backyards.
and stuff.
Making it
But we're going to have
happen,
fun doing it.
Making it happen.
Yeah. So yeah, we're doing that. And then, we're going to release Mr. Smith hopefully sometime midsummer. And then next fall, we're going to come back and we're going to hit the Utah scene hard, hopefully. Once we're all back back from summer. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you guys so much. That's everything.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.